These are the sounds of novice public speakers at one of the first speech tournaments of the year, Pius X and Lincoln East Annual Turkey Talk. More than 5,000 students from schools all across the state competed in competitive speaking last year. In this activity, also known as forensics, students may perform a prepared speech, interpret a piece of literature, or make something up on the fly. They are then judged by adults who write comments on ballots, and it's totally up to them to say who gets first place and who doesn't get to compete in the final round. But there is one change this year to the judging rules. Students may be docked points if a speech is considered to be, quote, deemed inappropriate for high school. Here's Nebraska Schools Activities Association Associate Director, Deb Velder.
The administrators had been expressing concerns about some of the content issues in regard to vulgarity and lewd acts that are deemed inappropriate for high school in their performances.
Beyond the change to the ballots for speech and one-act plays, school administrators are also required to verify that they have seen the performance and sign a form saying that it is, quote, up to community standards. The rule has been in the works for nearly a year, Velder said, and several speech coaches said the decision came from the top down, both from school administrators and leaders of the NSAA.
Rumor has it that there were a couple of people kind of offended or taken aback by one act that they saw performed last year at state.
That was Lincoln East High School speech coach Matt Davis. Davis is a major voice in coaching and judging circles. East has won the Class A speech tournament every year since 2002. He has several criticisms about the new rule.
It's always been in the judges' court. That's another reason I don't particularly like this.
Without defining what is and what isn't appropriate, some are concerned that it could cause a chilling effect on certain speech topics.
I'm relatively conservative anyway. I used to have a rule that if you could see it on network television, you could do it in the round, but now I've even changed that a bit.
But Velder disagrees.
And we're not shying, the policy is not shying away from any type of content issues, it's just how you present it.
But presentation can vary wildly. Because of Nebraska's geography, the speech community is divided on how judges judge. Central and Western Nebraskan speech teams are focused on the state and district contests, while those in the East are more national-minded, because they had the funds to travel to more tournaments, like Bradley University's high school tournament. They're also influenced by more college students judging, which means students can get away with more risky performances. Here's Lincoln Southwest coach Matt Heimes.
Like, I can see a piece performed by one kid, word for word the same, that I could be offended by, and see another kid do it and not at all.
Davis agrees, believing it will complicate an already hyper-subjective activity.
The way the thing is being applied now, I can take points off for anything that offends me. I'm offended by your shoes.
Davis believes this will affect dramatic interpretation, also known as serious prose, the most, simply because this event often features single characters dealing with some kind of struggle, like abortion, post-traumatic stress disorder, or sometimes even rape. How this rule will affect events like persuasive, informative, or extemporaneous speaking is still up in the air.
So if I'm offended because someone's extemp analysis is so stupid, I can technically take points off because I'm offended by the stupidity in it?
It is entirely possible that some judges will choose not to enforce the rule, while schools traveling to district and state contests will probably deal with judges who are more concerned about NSAA rules. National competitions, like the National Forensics League, don't have these kinds of rules, but judges are free to assign ranks in whatever way.
Well, I think it'll blow up a little bit this year.
Velder said the rule will be reviewed after the state one-act contest, which concludes on December 12th, and after the state speech contest next March. For the Nebraska News Service, I'm Daniel Wheaton.